prayer going into what we're doing. Some of us are praying hours a day. And that has gone into this. So we want to first acknowledge that God is doing a work in us and that He is doing a work in our city. And so that really motivates us because it's God's work. It motivates us to work hard at what we're doing to glorify Him. So one of the things that we do, we call it a hot wash. After every training, we sit down and talk about, okay, what went good and what didn't. And so we talk about those things. But here's what's happening for us. We're a part of a community of practitioners. And we get together every single week. And we talk about what is God doing, what's going well, and what needs to be improved. And we're ruthlessly evaluating what needs to be improved. And we're not afraid to say, I messed that up. That did not go well. I don't think that glorified God. Or, that's good, but it's not great. And I don't want to be married to good. I want to be married to great. God is great. And so that community of practitioners is constantly evaluating the scriptures, what God is doing, and what we are doing, and how all that works together. And we're ready to change now. If it's not glorifying God and it's not working, we will change it right now. So that attitude of humility and cooperation and focus on what God is doing and joining Him in that has been a huge process and huge benefit. And am I saying what you want me to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And it's going worldwide. I mean, John and Janelle was just in Argentina. Got that right this time. I was just in Israel and Greece. We're going to Romania. Nacho's going to Cuba. God's using us, okay? Because we're humble and we're doing what God is already doing.
I was just on the west side.
Yeah. Dan was in another country on the west side. Yeah. So I would say, hopefully I'm answering your question. Stay humble, do what God is doing. So,
well, I'm letting you know that I see it. I see the change, and it gives me, it's like, oh, this is living and breathing. It's nice.
One thing really too is that there's a high level of loving accountability with the group. I mean, we don't even know how God brought us together, but we're just constantly holding each other accountable, and we're wanting to reach San Antonio with the gospel. People that are far away from God, connect with them, bring them into the family, see them grow and multiply and reach a city. And once we reach a city, we want to reach a state, we want to reach a nation, we want to reach the world. And so...
And one of the things too, like you don't pontificate because people can't reproduce that. What you do has to be simple and reproducible and biblical. We don't have a PowerPoint here. We have PowerPoint capabilities. You're not going to open up the PowerPoint as you're teaching this. It's going to be on a napkin or
The dirt.
Yeah.
The dirt.
Yeah, on the dirt. But it's got to be reproducible, or don't do it. That's why if kind of a rule of thumb that I have, if it'll fit in the front cover of my Bible, I'll use it for discipleship. If it's a 7-week course by a really great author, that's great for teaching and that has its place. But I'm not going to use that in the basic short-term discipleship. There's short-term discipleship and there's long-term discipleship. But what we're trying to do is the irreducible core of discipleship. That when you get to that, that's in the DNA, and you want that to multiply and replicate. And so you want everybody to have this. And then they're going to have their giftings, and some are going to be teachers, and some are going to be evangelists. And It's not limited to this. It's like your 1 minute testimony. It's not limited to that. But that's the core. You're boiling it down to the essence and saying, if I give them anything, I'm going to give them this. The essence of the gospel. We want your feedback about how we can do this better.
When did we kill PowerPoint? Last week.
Last week, that's right.
We killed it. We said, this is not working. Nobody can reproduce PowerPoint. Kill it. So we killed it.